Let's go back to the NBA. Jabari Parker was benched in Saturday's game against the Heat for violating team rules. But reports emerged Sunday that the rule he violated was divulging too much to the media about closed-door meetings. And the team, not head coach Jason Kidd, actually decided that Parker should be benched. So, Dylan, what's your take on this? Are you okay with Milwaukee allowing the players to decide the punishment for Jabari?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think in general it should be the coach, but I think it's got to be taken by an instance-by-instance basis. And in this case, I think maybe with a young team, Jason Kidd, that's a way for him to feel out a level of responsibility and accountability of his peers holding him accountable for something they deem to cross the line. And in this case, with a young team to kind of democratically come together and say, what do we deem fair?
Right.
Can we all accept it? Can we all agree to those terms? We decided it, by kind of taking a vote. I'm fine with that. And I think it doesn't need to be just black or just white. There's certainly some gray areas where, in this case, Jason Kidd, he knows his team better than I do. So why should I sit here and say, no, Jason, that's not how you run things? How do I know? So for me, I have absolutely no problem with it. I think it totally depends on the player. It depends on the circumstance, what they did. And certain players and certain coaches are going to handle it where, look, I know what to do here. Look, You're not playing, you're missing a game, or you're not starting today, and I'm hammering the gavel down. Let it be heard that that's the rule. In other situations, that's not the rule. I think even a great coach like Greg Popovich, who I think is the greatest NBA coach of all time, I think there's instances he'd probably put it up for the team.
Right.
I think there's other instances he'd say, look, now it's my iron fist time. I'm putting the boot down and saying, no, this isn't how we operate. Now you miss a game. Every coach knows. They know.
Jason Kidd played the game, so he can relate to guys. I don't know if he's been through this specific scenario, but he's probably been through something similar. Right. And it was about a closed-door meeting. So did the players feel like that was an egregious mistake? Let the players decide, because the one thing you don't want to do as a coach is to levy a punishment that's too harsh, right, and then the rest of the players are kind of against you, so to speak. And then there's
division.
There you have it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that's. And look, I think in all the best scenarios, I bring up Pop again, but I think in all the best, most successful, effective situations of coach and player relationships, it doesn't feel so high schoolish. It doesn't feel so parent and child of, now I gotta slap you on the wrist and this is how the rules work. I think it's more of a democracy of, look, we're all adults here. We all have the same goal. We want to win. We don't want to divulge too much. We don't want to break the codes of the locker room. We want to have respect for one another. It's just like any adult situation. So the more you can handle it as a group of adults, while one is sort of the captain of the ship, the head coach, I think the better off it's going to be than just, daddy came down hard and gave me a tough punishment. Now I can't start today's game. The more it feels like that, I think the more behind a coach's back, a team's like, who is this chump treating us like a bunch of babies?
Yeah.
I think any situation, no matter what your line of work is.
Saturday was the first time that Jabari did not start, came off the bench, dropped 16, but the Bucks still took an